Well, today we are going to start our topic of labor market or factor of production, that is labor which is used to produce output. So like other market, we are having two market forces in this market. Okay, one market force is about labor demand and another market force, that is labor supply. Keep it in mind, in product market what is happening? Products are being bought and sold. What is that? In product market, products, goods and services, they are being bought and sold. But in case of labor market, we cannot say human beings or laborers, they are traded. This is not the case. What is happening in the labor market? There is buying and selling of labor services rather than the human beings. Human beings, they are not traded nowadays, but we are buying and selling their services in order to produce output. What is happening? Why labor services are bought and sold? They are traded, their services are traded in order to produce output. Okay? Like product market, we were having two main market structures. What are those? Perfect competition and imperfect competition. Okay? So when in product market we are having perfect competition, we will have perfect competition in the labor market as well. Okay? So like product market, prices were determined by the market forces of demand and supply. In perfect competition, the same is the case where wages will be determined by the labor forces of demand and supply in perfect competition. Okay? So mainly the demand and supply of labor, basically they are working like a product market. But the difference is that demand for labor is not direct demand. It is indirect demand. What it is? Demand for labor is indirect or derived demand. When product demand is growing in the market, the labor demand will be ultimately increased by the sellers in order to produce more output. Okay? So these labor demand and supply, these are the services which are being traded in the market in perfect competition. So we talk about who is going to demand labor, who are the buyers of labor services. These are the firms who are demanding the labor services in order to produce output. Because demand of labor is indirect or derived demand. So whenever there is going to be increase in demand of final product, there will be increase in demand of labor as well. So firms, they are going to demand labor, and who is going to supply labor? Households who are supplying labor, they are the households, like society members, the consumers, they will be supplying their working hours in order to earn income, and they will be supplying working hours to produce output, and ultimately they will be paid the wages for the reward of their work they have performed in the production unit. Okay? So firms are going to buy the labor services, and households, they are going to supply the labor services. Now what are the factors by which we are going to study the labor demand? I said demand of labor is indirect or derived direct demand or derived demand? It depends upon product demand. First of all, when product demand is increasing, like this is the product demand, and this is what the labor demand. Here we are taking wages. So this is labor demand. When product demand shifts rightward, what happens? Labor demand will also shift rightward in order to produce more output. Alright? So demand for labor is dependent upon the product demand. If there is no demand of product, there will be no or less demand of labor. Like during lockdowns, when there were less number of output was produced by the firms, so many of the firms they made workers redundant. Because there was no demand, there was no production of goods and services, so they made the workers redundant. Labor demand was also falling. Now the second factor about the demand of labor, it is the marginal revenue product theory. What it is? Marginal revenue product theory. The second factor which we say, that is marginal revenue product theory. Basically, wages are determined by the market forces, demand and supply, but how the firm will decide how many workers a firm is going to hire in order to produce output. Like in competition, we were talking about firm was deciding the level of output where profit was maximized. What was that point? Where marginal revenue was equal to marginal cost. Because firm is the price taker in product market. Here in competition, the firm is wage taker. What it is? The firm, they are the wage takers, they are not the wage setter. Even the workers, they have to accept the market wages. No one can set the wages other than the market forces of demand and supply. Now the firm has to decide how many workers it should employ to keep its per unit cost of production minimized. What is the profit maximizing level of output if it is able to hire the number of workers where its cost of production will be minimized? So what will be suggested? It has to look at the marginal revenue product of each worker, and it has to compare this marginal revenue product with the wage paid to every worker. Now see, how can we define marginal revenue product? You know, in perfect competition, price equals to marginal revenue. Perfect competition में क्या पढ़ा था हमने? Firm is price taker, so whatever is the price, that's equal to average revenue and it's equal to marginal revenue. Marginal revenue product, this is marginal revenue product of labor. It can be found by multiplying marginal physical product of labor. If you remember, we studied law of diminishing returns, in which we studied the marginal physical product. It starts diminishing as extra worker is added to the fixed factor of production. If you remember, the diminishing marginal physical product of every extra worker will be lower than the previous one. If we multiply this marginal physical product by the marginal revenue of the firm, and in case of competition, perfect competition, we said marginal revenue equals to the price. Okay? So can we write marginal physical product of labor multiplied by price? Now I tell you one thing. If your first worker, he is producing 100 units of output in a day, he produces 100 units of output, or you can say any level of output, multiplied by the price. Suppose price of the product is 50. Okay. So this is his marginal revenue product. How much it is? He is bringing 5,000 revenue to the firm. His marginal revenue product is what? 5,000. This is the first worker. We said here I am taking. This is marginal revenue product. You can say this is the price. This is marginal physical product, and here I am taking labor. That is the first worker. First worker is producing 100 units and price of the product is 50. So he is bringing revenue to the firm equal to 5,000. And if you are paying a wage rate of 2,000 per day, suppose. So here I am taking the wage. If wage paid is 2,000, do you think firm will hire this worker or not?
Yes.
He is beneficial. He is bringing more revenue to the firm than the wage paid to that worker.
Twice the 2,000.
Market wage rate 2,000 available. Firm ने खुद set नहीं की. Firm is also the wage taker. Whatever the wage is set by the market forces of demand and supply. You can say, I will tell you, this wage rate is equal to average cost and that's equal to marginal cost of the labor. In perfect competition, if you remember, in perfect competition we said this is demand which is equal to average revenue, that's equal to marginal revenue. This is the price. In labor market, look here, this is labor. I say supply is perfectly elastic. On the opposite direction, supply is perfectly elastic. This is the wage set by the market. Firm is wage taker. And now this supply is equal to average cost, that's equal to marginal cost. I will draw all the things. This is the first thing I am explaining to you. Now marginal revenue product of the first worker is higher than the market rate. Suppose this is 2,000 wage. So we are hiring the first worker because his marginal revenue product is higher than wage. Okay? Now you are hiring the second worker. He is producing 80. Diminishing return he is producing less than the first worker, and the price that is fixed. How much revenue he is bringing? You can say 4,000. And he is also paid the wage rate of 2,000. He is also higher because his revenue is again greater than the wage. Now the third worker, he is producing 60 units, and how much revenue he is bringing? 3,000, and he is also having revenue more than the wage paid. He is also high. Now come towards the fourth worker, where it is 40 and it is now 50.
2,000.
कितना आ गया?
2,000.
2,000. Here revenue equals to the wage paid. This is what marginal revenue should equal to marginal cost. यही पढ़ा था ना हमने. या हमने क्या ड्रॉ की थी? Marginal cost. Marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost in order to decide the profit maximizing level of output. And here firm is deciding the number of workers. Where marginal revenue product of the last worker is equal to the wage paid. Okay. Now come to the fifth worker. Here he is producing 20. How much revenue he is bringing? 1,000. And the wage is 2,000. Will the firm hire this worker?
No.
Because his cost is higher than the revenue he is bringing to the firm. Idea is clear or not?
So this is where worker number 4 is where the cost is minimized.
Yes, this is the equilibrium. I am going to show you the equilibrium with the help of diagram as well. This is the equilibrium point of the firm. It is going to decide how many workers it is going to hire. Where all the previous workers, they were bringing more revenue to the firm than the wage. And now this is the fourth worker where minor revenue product equals to minor cost or the wage paid. So firm is going to hire the 4 workers. Now it is taking the fifth worker. Look here, this is a diminishing return. Okay? Multiplying by the price of the product and we are getting the minor revenue product. So firm is deciding that it is going to hire 4 workers, not the fifth one. Because for the fifth worker, the minor revenue product is lower than the wage rate. Its cost will be higher. Now I am going to draw over here. Look. This is, first of all, I say, this is the labor market, this is labor demand, this is labor supply, this is the wage set by the market which is equal to 2000. This is what? Labor market, which is the wage setter. What it is? The wage setter. Now firm is facing not the market supply of labor. This is market supply which is upper sloping. Firm is facing perfectly elastic supply of labor. वहाँ demand elastic है ना, product market. And this wage rate, the firm is wage taker now. क्या है? Wage taker. Now at this wage rate, I said that's equal to average cost and minor cost. At this wage rate, there is infinite supply of workers available. Firm has to decide how many workers it is going to hire. I say this is the marginal physical product of labor without multiplying with the price. When this is what I have drawn these values. When we multiply the price, it will become what? Marginal revenue product of labor, which is the demand curve of labor. Because now it is multiplied by the price. So here we find there are the 4 workers where minor revenue product is equal to the wage paid. Before this 4th worker, minor revenue product was higher than the wage paid, the firm was keeping on hiring. This is the equilibrium point. There is infinite supply, but firm will only choose the number of workers where minor revenue product of the last worker is equal to the wage paid.
Sir, how can we know in the second curve?
What?
आपने जो दूसरा वाला curve draw किया वो आप कैसे explain?
मैं कह रहा हूँ पहले मैंने मानव फिजिकल प्रोडक्ट ड्रॉ किया. This is not the labor demand. This is what we had drawn in case of law of diminishing returns, minor physical product curve. And now I am drawing when this is multiplied by the price of minor revenue product or minor revenue of the firm, we get this curve which is also called demand of labor. I made it bowed outward. It is having some curve, non-linear you can say. Why it is having a curve? It is not a straight line. Because of diminishing return of the labor. Every worker is producing less than the previous one. Okay, this is minor revenue product is called demand of labor. This is demand of labor. This is minor revenue product theory which is adopted by the firms in order to decide the number of workers. Firm does not hire the 5th worker. Why? Why it is not hiring the 5th worker? Because the wage will be higher than the revenue brought into the firm. Now suppose, how this labor demand will shift upward? Do you know? This minor revenue product can shift upward if there is increase in minor physical product of workers. How it can increase? By new technology, by training. If productivity of workers that increases, then this minor physical product will be increasing and we will have more minor revenue product. Follow my point? Second factor about price is 60. Now minor physical product will be multiplied by the 60 amount. So minor revenue product will increase. So demand of labor will shift rightward due to increase in minor physical product of each worker due to new technology or training or education. Okay? Or due to increase in the price of the product. And why price is increasing? Due to increasing product demand. प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में क्या हो रहा है? प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आपके पास this is the product, this is also price 50, now it is 60. So labor demand will also be increasing. Follow? Now I gave you two things. One is demand for labor is indirect or derived, and second thing, how many workers a firm will be hiring, that depends upon minor revenue product of the worker brought into the firm. If that's equal to wages, then workers will be hired up to that level. Okay. Now the third factor of the labor demand, what it is? Technology. Technology can play a very very important role in the demand of labor. How? अभी मैंने आपको क्या बताया? Third factor क्या? Technology. Do you think technology causes unemployment in the labor market? What is your suggestion?
Some automation.
Okay. It has dual effect. How? It increases the demand of those workers who are able to operate that technology. उसका skill level increase कर रहा है, उसकी productivity बढ़ रही है. If you are adopting new technology, you are training your workers to be friendly with new technology. So definitely demand of those trained workers will increase, their productivity will increase. And those workers who are unable to operate new technology, they are unfamiliar, their demand will decrease. Alright? It does not mean technology only causes unemployment. देखिए एक टेक्नोलॉजी ग्रो करती है ना, उसके साथ एक और मार्केट ग्रो कर रही है, उसकी रिपेयर मार्केट आ जाए. ठीक है, उधर लेबर डिमांड बढ़ना शुरू हो जाएगी. बट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ टेक्नोलॉजी कैन अफेक्ट द डिमांड ऑफ लेबर इन द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ गुड्स. So it can create the demand of those skilled workers who are able to operate new technology. And those workers will be demanded less who are unable to operate that technology. They are untrained, they are not going to have these training facilities, so their demand will decrease. So we said what? Labor demand is one of the market force in the labor market. It depends upon three factors. Labor demand is indirect or derived demand, which is totally dependent upon the product demand. And second, how many workers firm will be hiring, then it is decided by the minor revenue product theory in competition. So how many workers a firm will be hiring. And the third factor about labor demand is technology. Okay, can we say when government is setting the minimum wages above this point? Now see what happens. What happens in this case if government is setting this level of wage rate? So what happens? Firm will be hiring less workers. When minimum wages or union wages have been increased, so the number of workers hired by the firm, they will be less in number. Okay? These will be the imperfections we will be doing later on. But we say over here that wages are determined by the market and firm is the wage taker. This is the main point. And exit anti-condition is free. Any worker can move from one firm to another. Mobility of labor is there. They can move from one firm to another. Alright? This is how minor revenue product theory is going to determine the number of workers hired in the labor market. And tomorrow we will be doing labor supply chain.